Hi there. Let's look at an illustration that will show you how to make use of the withholding tax table for 1601C. And if you remember, if we use C, 1601C in the form, that means it refers to compensation. So this withholds, or this form is used for the withholding of your employees' um, withholding taxes on compensation. So here is an example. Mr. IOL has a monthly income of 28,000 per month. He is married with 3 children. The total amount of required contribution is 950 pesos. As Mr. IOL's employer, how much should you withhold? So first things first here, you have there the monthly income, and you are given the information regarding his civil status, which is married, with the number of dependents. And because of the train law, this is no longer relevant. So you could ignore that statement. The total amount of required contribution is 950. So required contributions include SSS, PhilHealth, Pag-ibig. And so it totaled 950 pesos. And these deductions should be removed when computing for the basis of the withholding tax that we will be imposing on Mr. IOL. So let's first try to look at the withholding tax table for compensation withholding. So you have here the provided tax rates. So you have their daily and weekly, and semi-monthly and monthly. So it depends on how you pay your employees. Then you have there the compensation range, which is very important, and prescribed withholding taxes. So since we were asked to compute for the withholding tax of Mr. IOL, who receives salary every month, we will make use of the monthly table. So you have there the monthly table. You could ignore the numbers on the blue row. So that only refers to the various tax range or tax level. So one is exempt, two is the first tier, which is around 20%. 3 is 25%, 4, 5, 6. So you could see there the corresponding income tax rates below, which is the prescribed withholding tax row. So let's first try to compute for the basis of our withholding. In this case, you have their monthly income of 28,000 less the mandatory contributions for SSS, PhilHealth, Pag-ibig, which is 950 pesos. So your taxable income is 27,050. So you have there already the computation of the tax due. But say so let's try to go back to the table and look for 27,050 taxable income. So we make use of the monthly section, and we first look at the compensation range row. So your compensation range is where you first look for the range where your employees, in this case Mr. IOL's income would fall. So 20,833, nope. So between 20,833 and 33,000, that's where Mr. IOL's net taxable income would fall. So the first 20,833 will be subject to zero taxes. I repeat, the first 20,833 will be subject to a zero tax. But in excess of 20,833, you have to tax 20% or withhold 20%. So how do you do that? 27,050 less the base for that taxable range, which is 20,833, and you multiply that by 20%. So you get 1,243.40. Okay, so that's how you compute for the withholding tax. So here's a quick question. If my employee's monthly compensation is the net taxable income is 30,000, where do you think would it fall? Of course, it would fall on the compensation range between 20,833 and 33,332, with the difference between 30,000 and 20,833 subject to 20% tax. What if my employee's income is net taxable income is 70,000 pesos? Okay, so I hope you tried looking for it. It would fall between the compensation range of 66,667 to 166,666. With the first 66,667 subject to a withholding tax of 10,833.33, and the difference between 70,000 and 66,667 being subject to a 30% withholding tax rate. All right? So this table, to just give you an idea, would imitate the taxes at year end. So the equivalent monthly withholding tax would more or less equal to the annual income tax that will be paid by your employee. So that's the reason why they have provided this table. Okay, I know you might have still difficulties, or if you're still having difficulties understanding withholding tax for compensation, do not worry. We'll give you a quick guide on how to compute for your taxes, or you could simply email our customer support hotline, and we'll try to respond to your inquiries as quick as possible. All right then, that's it for this video. I hope to see you in the next video.